A business delegation of about 200 Chinese entrepreneurs has arrived in the German capital Berlin, marking the start of their multi-billion-dollar buying mission. Commerce Minister Chen Deming is leading the delegates from state-owned, joint venture and private companies. They are planning to sign deals for automobiles, machinery, aircraft engines, railway equipment and components with companies from Germany, Switzerland, Spain and Britain. Germany is the first leg of the delegation, and the Chinese trade officials and the business leaders held negotiations with their German counterparts on Wednesday. The trip is a follow-up action on agreements Premier Wen Jiabao reached with his counterparts during his visit to the 4 European countries earlier this month. A team of 80 Chinese lawyers has pledged to continue its efforts to bring 2 looted bronze sculptures back home. Their bid in the Paris court to stop the 2 being auctioned at Christie's was quashed, and Christie's said the auction would go ahead.
Insiders pointed out that Christie's announcement has some connection with the fact that the French court refused to halt the sale of the 2 fountainheads in light of the approaching auction time of the Chinese relics. The Christie's house in France will auction the 2 bronze sculptures in Paris at 7 p.m. Wednesday local time. Early in July last year, Christie's auction house in France announced it will hold an auction of the collection of late French fashion designer Yves Saint Laurent and his partner Pierre Bourges in February 2009. Among the items to go under the hammer are 2 fountainheads looted from the Imperial Summer Resort of Yuanmingyuan in West Beijing, China. The Imperial Garden has been in ruins since it was pillaged by Anglo-French allied forces during the Second Opium War in 1860. The former Imperial Garden has a spectacular fountain featuring bronze sculptures of the 12 animals of the Chinese zodiac. All were lost during the plunder. 5 of the 12 Yuanmingyuan statueheads have been retrieved at a high price. The state-owned China Poly Group purchased the heads of the ox, monkey and tiger sculptures at auctions for over $4 million in 2000. Macau businessman Stanley Hall bought the boar head in 2003 and the horse head in 2007 at a cost of nearly $10 million. Hall donated the treasures to the Chinese government. The rabbit and rat heads are the only 2 pieces known to now exist outside China. The whereabouts of the remaining 5 animals is unknown. Li Xiang, CCTV.
Earlier, our correspondent in Paris, Wang Botao, told us about some of the responses to the auction of the animal sculpture heads.
French media say the auction of the rabbit and rat sculpture heads are the most important items of the day's auction. Christie's has valued the 2 pieces at between 8 and 10 million euros. The auction house has prepared more than 1,300 seats for the auction and over 100 phone lines. So far, there's no news about potential buyers, and efforts to stop the auction are still continuing. The organizer of the Chinese lawyer delegation, Liu Yang, has contacted a local law firm. He has asked the firm's partner to file a claim to a local court, hoping to stop the auction at last minute. Some overseas Chinese plan to hold a protest before the auction, and media here are saying the auction will undoubtedly cast another shadow on Sino-French relations.